It's time for the Nebraska Volleyball Coaches Show.
Outside, set with an delay, and then the dig goes. Akrs chased down by Sigler, and then rescued over. Here comes Kentucky. Crowd explodes. Back goes Geneva. Hudson dug up by Laney outside. Harper! Kill! Off the block and out! What a save! Sigler brought it back. We're in set 4, 2-1 Kentucky back row. Broken blocked by Rebecca Alec. The Sheriff is on patrol. It's 17-13 Nebraska. Served by Trinity Ward. Good pass Harper the side. Andy Jackson. Kaboom! She got it! We're going to the 5th. We're going to 5. Andy Jackson time. 25-23 the verdict set for.
Now, alongside head coach Danny Bus Boom Kelly, here's your host, John Baylor.
Greetings, Nebraska. Hello. Happy Tuesday after a successful weekend in Nashville, the capital city of Tennessee, where Nebraska swept Lipscomb on Friday night, and then in a Sunday brunch with the Big Red late morning duel against then number 7 Kentucky. The Huskers go 5, reverse sweeping the Wildcats. The Big Red still number 1 in the land and a perfect 4-0. Nebraska ranked first in the most recent AVCA rankings that came out yesterday. Texas has climbed to number 2 at 2-0. Louisville, 3rd at 2-0. Kentucky, 4th at 1-1. Penn State, 5th at 2-1. That was before they lost to TCU. Penn State is 2-2 as we speak. I'm John Baylor. You want to hear from the head coach, Danny Bus Boom Kelly. Greetings.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Nice. Was that a big relief, that big old comeback you guys had?
You know, I'm trying to avoid the word relief. I told our team that. I don't want us to feel relieved when we win. We should be excited, and not everybody gets to win. It's hard to win, so no more relief with this team.
Nice. What was the difference between the first 2 sets and the last 3?
You know, we just started playing better.
That helps. I told them to play better from the beginning. They wouldn't listen. They finally started tuning me in.
No, I think it was a very odd morning. You know, we couldn't get into the arena.
Why not? Why did it take so long?
There was a Hot Wheels show the night before, and they were setting up the floor, and I think it just that's a very unique arena, and the games were tight. It wasn't like either team was playing great, and it was pretty sloppy. So I think both teams settled in a little bit more the longer we were in the arena. Those balls had never been used before. I mean, there's some very random things that normally you don't encounter.
So did they feel extra inflated, the new one, and a little slick?
Yes.
So, didn't have as much give, and they were really slick.
Yeah.
And why'd they do that?
This was a new event. So Nashville's hoping to host the Final Four at some point, and so this was kind of a, hey, this is showing the volleyball world we can do it, but then the arena wasn't set up. We have new balls. There was a lot of things missing.
There's a survey they've sent me. You know how you do anything now? You get a survey when you leave. I always leave saying, no survey. Anyway, no one listens to me. Well, now I'm going to fill out the survey and say, all right, less inflated volleyballs. And how about balls that are like a week old?
Yeah, exactly.
That humans have touched
before. Not being
before.
able to practice in that gym was pretty crazy. None of the teams that played got to practice in there. So that was very, very different than usual.
And people think, what's the big deal? But apparently you go into big cavernous arenas, depth perception is an issue.
That was a hockey arena. There's nothing in the backs, you know? It was just like that.
The end zones are wide open.
Yeah, end zones.
Oh, Sigler's like, I'm going to get on ESPN. She just kept running.
Exactly.
She chased one down, bounced it back to a teammate. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that ahead of time? Like, guys, anything that goes backwards, just keep chasing until you're in the 10th row.
No, we did not. That was pretty crazy play.
How tricky is it to go from Devaney, which is pretty sizable, to Lipscomb, which is a little cozier, to the big old Bridgestone Arena if you're passing?
I think it does make a big difference. I think the balls make a big difference. Kentucky on top of that is a great serving team. They serve really tough. So it was a combination of all of that. And once we kind of figured out our passing, and I think we just settled down a little bit and just played free, then we were able to make a nice comeback.
What discretion do the head coaches have regarding the volleyballs being used? Or is that just purely the arena, the sponsor, the organizer?
That was the sponsor, yeah.
So that was Sprouts Organic no, what was the
Farmers
lead
Market.
sponsor was Sprouts Farm. Have you ever heard of Farmers Market sponsoring a big Division I athletic event?
I loved it.
I kept mentioning Sprouts Farmers
Because
Markets.
JB took home like 2 grocery bags full of snacks.
There were some great snacks out there in the concourse. That was sweet. I was unhappy when people were starting to give me looks. But it was pretty sweet. It was Farmers Market, but they were kind of in charge of what kind of volleyballs
Yes.
we use. And the moment, when did you realize, this is going to be an issue?
We didn't even think about the volleyball. Well, actually, we did know there was going to be an issue because they had emailed us about a month ago asking if we were bringing our own volleyballs. We're like, no, we do not travel with 60 volleyballs.
So we expect you to provide those.
Yes.
And so they were like, whoa.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then we didn't know we weren't going to get a practice in there until about 2 weeks before. And then, we practiced at Vanderbilt, which was great, but we had to kind of figure things out on the fly.
So you anticipated there'd be issues. Now, Lainey particularly struggled, it seemed, the first 2 sets, but how'd she play the last 3?
She played great. We needed her to pick it up a little bit, for lack of a better, more creative term, but we needed her to play better and pass better. And she just, I think, stopped worrying about her play and started, being very external and giving to her teammates, and it showed.
Your opposites finished with a total of 1 more kill than error in this match. They had 4 kills and 3 errors in 19 attempts. How much better do they need to do?
Well, of course they need to be better, but you go back and watch a film, the first 2 sets we weren't passing, so Allie wasn't getting very great sets, and then we didn't really set Virginia very much. So, it's a combo. Our setters need to trust them a little bit more, and they need to be more terminal.
Now, speaking of Virginia, in the red-white, remember the red-white game? She had this wicked serve, 3 service aces. Her own teammates couldn't even pass her.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that a whole lot since.
Yeah, we kind of been back and forth. I think it takes a little minute to work into that serve, and the red-white, we were playing everybody, and letting everybody serve, so we'll get to that. But it's a high-risk, high-reward serve. So a lot of errors, but when she makes it and goes for it, it can be really nasty.
Are you thinking in the future maybe early in a set, no problem, but 22-22, maybe dial it down a little bit?
It kind of just probably depends how she's playing, to be honest.
Man, that was one of the best serves. I was telling you at the beginning of the match, or after the red-white, like this is one of the best serves we've seen in the program for a decade or more.
You'll see it again.
Okay.
I think it's also when she's not playing well in the front row or made a few errors, you don't want to go back there and miss your serve. It just compounds the...
A little risk averse.
Yeah.
Boy, I'd love to see. Anyway, her choice, yours. Now, Brennan, the new assistant coach, is calling the serving locations.
Yeah.
How do you think he's doing?
Good. We talked about it before the game, obviously, as
So he
staff,
doesn't
but
have
we a
free
plan.
reign.
No, we kind of have a plan, but he has free reign to switch it up.
Okay, but is he saying just the zone, or is he also saying, hey, feet on the floor? Or
He's
the
saying
play,
just the zone.
Just the zone. So the player decides, like, if it's Harper, she's going to jump serve or
Yeah.
she's going to float serve.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you like the serving? Do you want to be a little more aggressive, or you kind of like the risk reward?
No, I want to be a little more aggressive. Well, and again, I think it's playing in a bunch of different arenas, big arenas. And we can definitely trust our serve a little bit more.
I think Wright State and Cal will give you an opportunity to just unload.
Hopefully.
You can text in, folks, because Danny Busboom-Kelly is here live. 402-413-2400. 402-413-2400. Now, I see John in Omaha had a email about fewer comments about Taylor Swift, but I think that was from yesterday. There's a new one that just came in. Congratulations on the success so far. How are you feeling about the blending of the new players?
I think it's been really great. We have so much talent. But what's really interesting when you look position by position and the depth chart, what you say about or what you want to call it, everybody has very different strengths and weaknesses. It's not the same, like this player, everybody's great at hitting and everybody's poor at passing. It's really a combo of strengths and weaknesses, which makes it really fun as a coach to kind of think about how we're going to attack an opponent or what are some subs we can make. And, of course, when you're playing great, you might not make as many subs. You just want to keep it rolling. But if things aren't feeling right, what can we do? How can we maximize the team's strengths and weaknesses?
So among your second outsides, Taylor's very different, apparently, from Skylar, who's very different from Terea.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Like, for example, what are some big differences between those three?
Terea's passing outside. She's, great passer, a little bit smaller. She has to use the block more. I think Skylar jumps higher. She can go over the block. She's, pretty terminal. Taylor's our best blocking outside, and she has all the experience. She hits that sharp cross shot, which is really very, very hard to defend. So they're just very different.
Skylar's got this new, thumping. She's just going sharp angle all the time. She just wants to put a dent in the floor every time.
Yeah, she keeps getting better and better, too.
Amy in Norfolk. Hey, Coach, this is Amy from Norfolk. Wondered if you had considered doing a sort of right-sided piggyback where the middle appears to be doing a slide and instead the back row hitter behind her gets a potential unopposed attack. What do you think of that? So, the slide heads over, the defense is like, whoa, follow her. All of a sudden, you got an open net in the middle. You do that all the time already.
Yeah, we did that quite a few times against Kentucky.
Yeah, Amy in Norfolk is just patting you on the back. Does a great job.
Thanks, Amy.
Because what they do is, Andy Jackson is the best decoy in the country.
Yeah, right. Everybody goes with her. So Harper, she attacked great out of the back row, but probably 70% of those had zero block up because they were going with Andy.
402-413-2400. This is your Nebraska Volleyball Show. It's brought to you by Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation. Central Valley Ag stands with farmers through every season, preparing the table to nourish families, communities, and the world. Everyone's welcome. Your seat is saved. Central Valley Ag. And contact 811 2 days before you dig to protect your underground utilities and yourself. It's free. It's easy. It is the law. Nebraska 811. More with the head volleyball coach after you hear this.
Game-changing technology is just a phone call away. When your office technology isn't playing nice and you need expert help, give Hamilton Business Technologies a shout. We are the official business IT partner of the Huskers, and we are your partner for IT support. From on-site or remote managed IT services to business phone systems and proactive cybersecurity solutions, Nebraska businesses trust us when they need expert help. When your technology playbook needs a rewrite, think of Hamilton Business Technologies and visit us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Osborne, former football coach and co-founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program.
And I'm Des Moines Adams, Husker Black Shirt and CEO of Teammates Mentoring.
We are recruiting teammates mentors and need caring adults to be in the lives of our students.
Meeting with a student once a week at the school can make a positive impact in their life and have a ripple effect in our communities.
Please join our team.
Go to teammates.org today.
This life we love has never been easy. We've been blessed with million-dollar rains, and we've watched hope dry up. Still, we press on because our purpose is greater. Central Valley Ag prepares the table alongside our farmers, not just to grow food, but to nourish our families and our communities. At this table, everyone's welcome. Join us. We're saving you a seat. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Defend your network like a champ with Hamilton Business Technologies. From end zones to endpoints, our cybersecurity solutions keep your business and your data protected from online threats. We offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. You keep doing what you do best, and we will protect the rest. Hamilton Business Technologies, the official business IT partner of the Huskers. Visit us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
This life we love has never been easy. We've been blessed with million-dollar rains, and we've watched hope dry up. Still, we press on because our purpose is greater. Central Valley Ag prepares the table alongside our farmers, not just to grow food, but to nourish our families and our communities. At this table, everyone's welcome. Join us. We're saving you a seat. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
It's the Ford Labor Day Sell-a-thon. Right now, get 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles. Don't miss out. Head to your Midwest Ford dealers during the Labor Day Sell-a-thon. Get 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles, plus get a complimentary 2-year maintenance plan. Hurry in. These value-driven offers end September 2nd. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
Your Nebraska volleyball show with intriguing mood music, clearly not music created by Homo sapiens, which these days would be a rarity. But you are one, and you can join us at 402-413-2400, or you could have your AI agent text us. Michael from Omaha, don't know if you can talk about it, but how is Bergen's knee? She first had tape on it, and now there's a leg sleeve. Will we see Campbell more in the upcoming matches?
Bergen feels great today. She was having a little knee hip flexor pain that was nothing serious, but I think that the sleeve just makes it feel a little bit better. But she feels great today, and we're going to continue to, whether Bergen feels great or is a little banged up, continue to get Campbell more playing time and get her just used to running the show. But Campbell had one of her best practices of the year today.
What'd she do?
Just played great.
Set the ball where people wanted it.
Dishing it. Her team was killing it.
She's thinking, hey, I'm reigning Gatorade National Player of the Year, and I didn't get to play the whole trip to Nashville.
She did play against Lipscomb. 2 sets.
Excellent point for 2 full sets. What I meant to say was the second half of the trip for 5 sets. But Bergen had the sleeve, but was she limited in any way in the match against Kentucky?
No.
So she wears it as a precautionary measure.
Yeah.
And when we're playing on wood at Lipscomb, the thinking was she was wearing it because it helps slide on the wood, but that was total make-believe.
Total make-believe.
Sometimes people enjoy make-believe.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we had a texter who said, we want to go all black against Penn State on Black Friday. Just thinking about the black jerseys and the full black uniforms. Yes, 2 days ago. What do you think about a full blackout against Penn State?
I mean, that might be in the works.
That's a good.
I don't know if
Nebraska marketing can handle that idea.
Yeah, but I know they've wanted to do a blackout for a while now, and so it's finding the right time to do it. But sounds like a good plan on Black Friday. I didn't even think about it also being Black Friday.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Now, this was one of the first matches, the Nebraska-Kentucky match, when neither team wore white.
Yeah.
We had blue versus black out there. Yeah. Now, some fans, too, that I've heard from, feel that jersey caused some of the early game jitters. What do you think? Was it the jersey color that was correlating with the struggles early?
I do not think it. I think it had a lot more to do with everything else except for the jerseys.
Okay. So the jerseys did not contribute. What do you think about going out? You're a Husker. What do you think about sending everyone out there in black? Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with it.
You think it looks kind of snappy?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it makes the players feel cool, feel good, play. You feel good, play good.
Meanwhile, we have a black Terraflex floor here. I haven't seen that used very often in recent years. So
I'm unaware of when we use it or when,
And that could be part of the whole Black Friday deal.
Sounds good to me.
All righty. So Bergen's okay. Campbell's had a great practice. And your second outsides we've talked about. And that when Nebraska plays an elite right side, it would seem like an Olivia Babcock. It seemed like Taylor Landfair would have an edge because of her big block.
Yes.
What kind of opponent would suddenly give Skylar an edge at potentially starting or Terea an edge?
I think, it's not so much like that black and white. It's more, I just think Skylar needs a little more experience, which she's going to start getting. And, I thought Terea was really good against Kentucky, and maybe we could have went to that earlier, but Taylor was killing balls. But Terea, can pick up tips, and she's great at ball handling, just a really smart player. Plus Kentucky's block on the right side was not very big, so I wasn't worried about her being able to kill the ball. So I think there's just ways you can use them all.
How did Olivia Mount play on Sunday?
She played great. Just so solid. You just always know what you're going to get from Olivia. She's going to be very solid. She's going to be calm. She's going to do her job. Just very, really fantastic.
And then she showed up at the post-match conference with you. Who decides who gets to go to the post-match conference?
Usually Nate, our SID.
He's like, just grabs people.
Yeah.
Like, you just head on out there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was you and Olivia.
And I grabbed Olivia because I knew it would be good for her, too. When we were walking back, I was like, were you nervous for the game? She said, well, not really. I'm way more nervous for this press conference than the game.
If you're putting together your all-time Husker starting seven, nicest, sweetest ever, is Olivia your starting libero?
Has to be.
She says hi to everybody. She's got a big smile. And then she just goes out there, and she's like she's the opponent's worst enemy.
Exactly. They don't even see her coming.
Yeah, they think she's a total jerk. Yeah. But everyone else, she's a sweet. She's got her. Who else is on that team? You got anyone else who can be on that team?
That's hard.
How about your setters, Danny Busboom Kelly, maybe?
Nicest, sweetest? What do you think? I mean...
Danny Busboom was awfully...
Your JV says no comment.
No, I'm throwing out possibilities. We'll let people like putting together starting sevens. 402, and the rest of it's 413, 2400. Looking at the network schedule, I'm showing 7. That's 7 games broadcast only on the Big Ten Plus. How are they determining this with the number 1 rating? I don't remember this many Nebraska volleyball matches being broadcast only on Big Ten Plus. I kind of like Big Ten Plus. It's just between you and me, because they put college kids behind the mic, and everyone thinks they're professionals, and everyone's like, JB, man, you are really, really good. But I never tell them, oh, by the way, that kid was 19. So I kind of like it whenever it gets a Big Ten Plus. But I don't know how they make that decision.
I don't either.
But it is tougher to garner radio listenership with all this television competition. I prefer less competition. And what do you think it meant? Have we seen the ratings yet?
I haven't seen them from Sunday being on ABC. I know the first weekend was great, the our Pitt and Stanford matches, but I'm curious what the Sunday one was.
When you grew up, how much volleyball were you able to watch on television, just probably Nebraska Public Media?
I didn't even know anything existed outside of the Big 12.
Volleyball,
any sports really. Just wait, what's this?
You play
school?
Stanford, w's going on here? Who are these guys? We play Penn State.
We played Penn State, and John was hyping it up, and I'm like, Penn
State.
State.
What's the Penn short for? I mean, of course, I've heard of William Penn, but what's this whole anyway? What's been your favorite part so far of being the head coach of Nebraska? Great question from Mike in Des Moines.
Oh, definitely the team. Why are you laughing? It's true. I feel like let me explain. It's just the way they welcomed me, and the way they, were excited about everything new, and I felt like it could have gone completely different if a couple of them wanted to be jerks about it or be upset. And they were just so welcoming, fired up every day. Made my job really easy.
I think it was the Lipscomb match. I was watching the end of the introductions, and Harper, as usual, got the biggest ovation. And then you were introduced, and the whole team looked over at you and applauded, and you looked back and smiled back. It was everything but like everyone holding up a heart. You know that hand figure heart thing? Heart. Everything but that. It was really cute.
No, that is cute. They're really fun, and they're, again, when you're a coach and you spend so much time away from your family and just a lot of time in your job, it really makes it worth it when you have great players and great people that you get to interact with every day.
Do we want to ask the counterpoint of that question? What's your least favorite part as being the new coach? Well, hold on. That's for a later show. That's a later show. Meanwhile, who, when it gets to be 22-22 like it was set 4 against Kentucky, who are the leaders out there? Who are the most vocal leaders?
I would definitely say Harper and Bergen, and then Becca and Andy. So kind of who you'd think. It's kind of crazy that they're all 4 very vocal in those moments. And that's why I never felt like we were really in a position to lose that game. Even in set 4, I was like
22-22.
I know, I didn't even realize
You're
that.
like, we're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's handled. By the way, who should we start set 5?
Exactly. So never felt like we weren't in control or spiraling. Even when we were playing poorly in games 1 and 2, it did not. I knew we were not going to play that poorly for another set.
You were the opposing coach a year ago, but as you perceived Harper then, and now you get to see her every day, what are some of the differences?
Just when you're really behind the scenes, just how much she is a team player, and she really cares about the team, not just herself. And winning is the number one goal, not being an All-American or Player of the Year. So I think when any team's best player, I think as an opponent, you kind of perceive them as maybe selfish, and that's not the case. Certainly not the case with Harper. And then I just think that her ability to improve so much in the last 6 months, I think that's pretty special. When somebody's already very good, they make tiny strides, but she's continuing to make big ones. And I think that's a lot to just do with her personality and the way she's leading and taking that ownership of being the go-to player.
How'd that all happen? What kind of extra effort did you put in since last December?
No. I mean, I don't know how much extra she put in. I know she put in a lot of effort to be, a leader, and she takes care of herself in the weight room, and so
it's pretty noticeable.
But I don't know what she, did previous before I was here.
It's pretty noticeable that someone who was already it was her team at the end of last year. She was getting the ball so much more at the end of last season than she was at the beginning of the season, and then this year it's like, whoa, there's a whole other caliber. Of skill that we're seeing out there. It's pretty remarkable, and she's got so much more road in front of her. She's just started her junior year. This one's the Nebraska Volleyball Show is brought to you by Union Bank and Trust, where people don't have your money has people. And the Nebraska Volleyball Coaches Show is brought to you by Love Volleyball. Visit LOVB.com for tickets. Love Volleyball. More with the head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly, and your text messages at 402-413-2400 after you hear this.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorseed Enlist corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore Enlist corn, and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Exarban Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Jan from Toyota here, with live coverage of end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event, with my special guest, Eli Manning.
Thanks, Jan. Let's get into it.
Down by the lake for some fishing, we've got Eric in his Tundra. He throws his line, and he's going long!
Heck of a team effort there. That Tundra got him exactly where he needed to be.
There's excitement in the stadium parking lot with the Davis family tailgating in their new Sequoia.
All eyes are on Dad manning the grill. He grabs some buns from the cargo area of the Sequoia and flips. And look at that! What a way to close this one out.
Sure was, Eli. Until next time, go Toyota!
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 2nd. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, or Corwin Toyota of Bellevue.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-less corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore-less corn, and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Welcome to your Nebraska Volleyball Show, Tuesdays from 6 until 7. This week, we are live, 402-413-2400. I just got a message, text message from someone asking about the net violations and the tips that are falling. How fixable are those challenges?
Nets for sure, but, just to clarify, we want our players to be aggressive, and so I don't consider those this early to be concerning. Now, if we're netting that much in November, concerning. But right now we're training them maybe a little bit differently. Like Virginia was in the net she was the one who was in the net on Sunday. And she didn't really swing block in Italy. So we're training her to swing block and telling her to be more aggressive. And she knew she went into that game to have an effect blocking. So it wasn't shocking she was in the net a few times. And then the tips, those shouldn't be falling. So
how is she blocking back in Italy?
Shuffle,
jump.
Shuffle, jump.
Shuffle, jump.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
but she does that a lot. It's also very effective. But we're also teaching her to swing block, which is taking some time.
Meanwhile, we had a message from Bob in Mississippi, but I can't see the question anymore. So maybe our helpers can help us out. The Husker fans who were helping you with that huge green card request back in set 5, 2-point flip.
No, set 4.
It was set 4. Okay, it wasn't a set 5er. It was late. It was big.
Yeah, it was an important part of the match.
Yeah, and I thought it was a couple to my left who was signaling to the bench, and you were looking over, but you said the players also thought that we should have a green card. There were two.
I thought it looked in, or it was close enough, and then the first reaction is to find somebody on that end line that is a fan and try to make eye contact with them. And I did, and they're like, "That was in."
Nice. So you're respecting these Husker fans. You're trusting them.
Of course.
And if they say in, you're like, okay. Then what if they're wrong? Then what do? You're like,
they're banned.
You give them one more look. It's not the same look as it was before. But I'm just worried like Penn State fans are going to dress up in red, sit on the end line, and start giving you all sorts of false signals. How can you trust these folks?
It's true.
So
it was an overwhelming in from all the fans. It wasn't just the few on the end
line. I think there were two. There was one set 4 that went your way, and there was a serve that was in.
The fans helped me with the serve. The one in set 5 was an out call that our players clearly knew that was out, and it was.
In the Big Ten, apparently you don't need to, or won't even be allowed to show a green card. You have to show the letter C with your hand.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, that makes a lot more sense. Why are you fumbling around with the green card and just say, hey, we want to challenge that?
What about tradition? I mean, the green card's been around now for like 4 years. I mean, out of nowhere, everyone's like, whatever, just start over. I mean, we're just getting used to the whole thing. There were some years I'm like, put the green card on like the media guide cover. I mean, that's how big it was. Reversing this, reversing. Do you ever think how things might have been different if they had a green card when you were playing?
I think about all the things. I would have been so much better if there was no doubles. That's
nice.
The green card for sure.
How would that have affected your setting career?
I wouldn't have had to worry so much.
You could have been like another Misty May. I mean, like, no more doubles. I mean,
Team USA, here I come.
Your playing trajectory would have been completely different. I mean, without those tweet, double. Like, what? I remember Gracia playing at Ball State in Muncie in 2002. I remember because Emily Adams played for Ball State. Her dad was Alvin Adams. We talked on the elevator at length about the OU Fieldhouse. But let's stay focused. Gracia in a match against, I think it was the match against USC, 8 doubles.
See? She would have benefited as well.
Kennedy Orr had some doubles against Maryland one year.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So what else do you wish had been different back then?
Well, the challenge is just
huge.
Needed badly now that the cameras are there. The doubles, that's about it.
And when they implemented the new no doubles, hold everything, no calls again. What else?
When the serve used to not be able to hit the net.
Yes, that's right.
And I was a jump server in high school, and so many serves would like barely tick over the net.
And you're like, can they change this rule?
The ref had to hold their hand on the net so they could feel it.
You're getting yellow cards for being upset about the net call, the tape call. Yeah, they put the hand on it, and the moment they would like twinge the twine a little bit, like you're like, what? Yeah, and these rule changes often are controversial, but as you look back at the no more doubles calls, that seems to be universally embraced.
Oh yeah, it takes the judgment out of it. And the biggest pet peeve ever was when a non-setter went up to set it before they even touched it. It was like double. It's like, or a middle. It's like
double.
The setter is setting worse balls than that, and we're not calling them for doubles. So why are we being so hard on the non-setters?
Too much subjectivity.
Yes.
And one thing it's not being called, although it's supposed to be called, are carries, sometimes called lifts. What do you think about that?
You know, I'm not a fan of it, but you know, if you can't beat them, join them. So we're throwing the hard tips. You know, you gotta see the limit.
What does the lift give you as an advantage? Why would you want to do it?
Just because the trajectory of the ball is going
just
down.
throw it down.
Yeah, so it's fast.
Almost throw it right down.
Yeah.
All right, 402 413 2400. That's the head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly. My name's John Baylor. And Wright State is coming up. And this is the first Wright State-Nebraska volleyball match ever. So, you know, they're fired up for it. And that's going to be Friday night at 7. And then Sunday, 1 o'clock against the Cal Berkeley Bears. This is payback time. 2007, the regional final, California, 3-0 over Sarah Pavin and the 2007 Huskers. Haven't played them since.
Wow.
Now, a lot of your players were 0 or -1 when that match was played, but still, that was a tough one. That was a year after you finished.
Year after I finished. But I, being at Louisville for the last 8 years, we played Wright State numerous times. Always gave us fits. I keep telling our players, we played them last year, and the first ball they nailed, just smashed it, hit Anna DeBeer right in the head. We're not ready. It's like, oh, we're playing Wright State, and then bam. Then 2 balls later, they hit Charity Looper, our 2 best players, in the face.
And they were out? Game. They had to sit out for a while, or they played through it?
They played through it, but it was...
Heavy arms.
Heavy arms.
And
heavy arms.
They're like the Marauders of the Horizon League.
And then they were really good in the NCAA tournament. I think that was 2 years ago. Played them. So I've had a little experience. Their coach does a nice job, and they'll give us fits. And then obviously Cal joining the ACC, and they had a couple transfers out after last season. So they're kind of a new team this year.
And Wright State would seem to fit the profile of an ideal non-conference foe because you'd probably have a favorable matchup against them. But then they'd go on and clean up and win at least 20 matches. How does that affect your RPI?
You want every team you play to have as many wins as possible. So
the Big Ten right now is not helping you.
No, they're struggling. That's why, Sunday's match was even more important, because the Big Ten's not so far. I mean, we're only 1 week in, so we don't. No need to panic, but
Washington lost to Colgate.
They're not bringing wins into the conference, so Kentucky should win quite a few games in the SEC, I'd imagine.
How big do you think that is, pulling out that set 5 over Kentucky 2 days ago?
Huge for seeding implications at the end of the year.
I mean, gotcha, but like Washington loses to Colgate. I'm not sure they're even having school at Colgate this week because they're in the Patriot League. They take down the Washington Huskies, a team that's got a national championship.
Yeah.
So do you think it's time to admit that Big Ten this year is not the strongest volleyball conference?
Probably. I think that's okay, everybody.
I'm taking a long pause just to try to digest what you would. Give us some evidence.
Well, I think the SEC, adding Texas is helping them. A&M they played Minnesota, beat them. That was on national TV.
Texas A&M beat Minnesota.
And they looked really good. You got Kentucky, who we saw was very, very good. Florida beat Pitt. Missouri, they cleaned up in the portal. They should have a great team. So I think that the SEC is pretty solid. And then the ACC has got the usual suspects. And then the Big 12, not too shabby there either.
I mean, Ohio State is 0-2, swept by VCU and Miami of Florida. I mean, Virginia Commonwealth beat the Buckeyes from Ohio State.
Swept them. VCU has had some good teams. VCU beat Pitt a couple years ago in the non-conference. So.
Gotcha. Maryland's 0-2. Maryland lost to North Carolina and Coastal Carolina. And Illinois is 1-1. They lost to South Dakota State. Then they beat Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt's sneaky good.
Yeah.
They almost beat Kansas. Then Kansas almost beats Penn State.
But they had a different lineup. I don't know what was going on with Kansas in that Vanderbilt game.
Yeah, they had Kristen Klein as their setter, who I thought was really good. Now they're going with another setter, and they're much better.
Another outside, and I don't know.
KU's like setter you.
Yeah.
If there's loaded at that position. Meanwhile, Minnesota lost to Texas A&M. Wisconsin's 1-1. They got swept by Texas. Did you have a chance to look at that match?
I actually peeked at it a little bit on my video, but didn't see enough to comment.
And UCLA played Long Beach, and they went 5.
Squeaked that out.
And they got Pepperdine tonight. And USC beat Denver and Loyola Marymount, but not an impressive start for a lot of the Big Ten teams. And so these non-conference games become even more important for you.
Yes, so important. And because you can't afford to mess up in the Big Ten season. And if you happen to, then you want to make sure you're bringing in some really quality wins. When it comes down to top 4 seed time, you want to be in that mix. So you got to win as much as you can in the non-conference.
Any idea what caused Penn State to lose in 4 to Arizona State and TCU in 5?
No.
Because when you saw them against Creighton, I mean, I was impressed, but what was I looking at? I mean, what's happened?
My dad told me they were better than us.
That's right. I think every show we should remind our listeners that your dad said Penn State. What was that? How did the conversation go again?
I just asked him, like, did they look better than us? Because he stayed for the game. He said, "Oh yeah." Thanks, Dad.
402-413-2400. Stay right there. More Nebraska Volleyball Show after you hear this. It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
At Woodhouse, we're with you every step of the way. With more than 20 locations and brands, you'll find options that fit your lifestyle. Whether you're looking for your first car, your next SUV, or something built to tow and haul. Enjoy straightforward pricing, helpful guidance, and a dealer experience built around you. Visit one of our convenient locations today or explore your options online at woodhouse.com. Serving our customers for 50 years, this is Woodhouse.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Welcome back to your Nebraska Volleyball Show. We are filling out starting 7 all-time nicest, kindest, sweetest Huskers ever to put on the jersey. Olivia Maux, our libero. Amanda Gates is patrolling the middle.
Good call.
It's a good one. But there are other positions to fill, and so we'll take your suggestions.
I mean, Tracy Stalls, nicest, kindest.
She's a total sweetheart.
We got the middles on lockdown.
Tracy Stalls. I remember she was going to. She had a funky double major. She was really. She was so cool. She
created her own major.
Yeah, she got here. She's like, I'm gonna take over, and people forget how instrumental she was, that 06 title, and what a great talent she was.
Yeah.
Tracy's dad played for the Oakland Raiders, Dave Stalls, and he was in that 1976.
Rachel Schwartz. We got liberos and middles.
Schwartzy's my DS. Very nice. That's a great call. We're filling this team out, Rachel Schwartz. Absolutely. Now, players from the 80s are not happy right now because they're not getting represented. And I got to keep thinking, well, we should know this. This
Fiona Nepo, she's always very sweet.
Fiona is probably your starting setter. I mean, that's a great call. All right. We still got some positions open. All-time sweetest, kindest, nicest Huskers.
What about Lisa Reitzma?
I think she could be my opposite. But we got to stay focused on this year's opponent. We got Wright State and then also California. What do you know about these teams with a whole half a week ahead of you?
Well, I kind of just went over that with the Wright State.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, you said they have a lot of new players, not really sure what's going on, but they've played.
That's Cal. Yeah, Wright State, too. We honestly took today to focus on ourselves. And it's like we got some, a day off in between those games this weekend so we can really work on some things we want to work on. We went back to, we mixed the teams and just really competed hard. So haven't taken a deep look at either of those teams yet.
When you decide who's going to play on each side of a scrimmage, how do you decide who gets to play with whom? Is it an A team and a B team?
No, it's usually mixed right now, especially early in the week, because we want to compete. And sometimes it's, maybe I want to make sure this opposite's working with this setter today, or maybe, we want to play Mania more this weekend. So making sure we're putting her in good situations. So it just varies.
Are there any pairings that are particularly strong, setters with an attacker?
Not overly than any other
Nothing
ones.
jumps out like I want,
Yeah, no.
Sometimes, you got a knuckleball pitcher, you got to have the knuckleball catcher,
right.
but you haven't seen any of that yet.
Not anything that really sticks out. There's some days you're like, well, that was great, but that's more just that player played great that day. So.
Serving, you want to see you be more aggressive. What other areas do you think is the most immediate growth potential for?
For sure, serving, and then right side offense, because I think our opposites, they can kill balls. It's just figuring out how to put them in great situations and giving them a little bit of confidence. I think it's also tough. They're competing. They know they're competing every game, every practice. So just trying to, again, keep that competition legit, but also give them confidence. That's a balance. That's tough.
Andy Jackson's offense. She hit under 200 in both matches this weekend. That's just such an aberration for her.
It didn't feel like that, though.
Yeah.
She had so many big kills against Kentucky. Yeah. What killed her is she had that one spurt where she had 2 quick errors in a row. Those were not great, but yeah. I didn't feel like she hit under 200. When you look back and think about that match, you don't think, well, Andy didn't play very well.
If coaches had to vote right now, is Rebecca Alec a first-team All-American?
I would say yeah.
First-team All-American?
First team, yeah.
Wow. I mean, this is a woman that was just keeps getting better every doggone year. Talk about her resolve this year. It just seems remarkable how just zoned in, locked in she seems.
She's been here for 3 years and been so close to winning it. I think she's just sick of losing. And so everything that she's doing is focused on how do we win? How can I get this team to be 1 point better here and there? And what's crazy is we keep track of wins and losses in practice. And her team wins, and that's no matter who she's with. Mixed up.
Really?
Her team wins probably 95% of the time.
Red-white, 100% of the time.
Yeah.
She's the only player on the winning side, all 4 sets in the red-white. Now, there are 3 other seniors on the team. Maisie's been here the whole time, but 2 of them transfers. Rebecca just seems to be the one who's been the full-timer for all 4 years. Maybe she feels it more, perhaps.
Yeah.
I know they're all locked in, and they all want this so dearly.
They are definitely all locked in.
They're all still getting along pretty well?
Yeah.
That can be tricky once some players have to watch.
Yeah. No,
Preseason, everyone's having fun. Everyone's great. Everyone's getting along, no problem. But still, everyone's doing well. Chemistry for this team versus Louisville.
Oh, it's on par.
Nice.
I always felt like we had great teams at Louisville, great chemistry, and this is another great team with great chemistry.
Bring on the Raiders Friday night, Saturday, 7 o'clock at the Devaney, Wright State. What's their mascot? Rowdy Raider. I don't think he'll be traveling with them.
Probably not.
Thanks, Danny Busboom Kelly.
Thank you.
That's the head coach in Nebraska volleyball. She's undefeated. She's 4-0. And not just Friday night. We got a 1 o'clock against the Cal Berkeley Bears. I'm John Baylor. Stay right there. We got Sports Nightly coming right up.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that. which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See shelter agent Joe Methy in Kearney, Jackie Rowan in Lexington, or Megan Fales in Cozad today.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pre-game routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
No matter what you're looking for, you'll find it at Woodhouse. We carry a wide selection of trusted brands across more than 20 locations, offering everything from efficient daily drivers to bold new EVs and family-ready SUVs. At Woodhouse, we put your experience first, offering expert guidance and a trusted team that's guaranteed to help you find the right vehicle. Visit a location near you or start shopping online at woodhouse.com. More ways to drive, more reasons to trust. This is Woodhouse.
Good evening, Husker Nation. I'm David Sotek reporting from our studio, and the Sports Ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. First, Nebraska soccer is coming off 2 back-to-back wins and will do their best to keep that momentum going as they close out non-conference play this week. They have 2 games coming up, both of which are here at home in Hibner Stadium. The first is on Thursday, September 4th at 7:05 p.m. against the Beavers of Oregon State, and the other game of the week is on Sunday, September 7th at 1 p.m. against the K-State Wildcats. Both matches will also be streamed on Big Ten Plus. Next, Nebraska women's basketball will face off against North Dakota State in November, and the tickets for that game will go on sale this week. The matchup is scheduled for Sunday, November 16th in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and the sale for the tickets to this game is on this Thursday, September 4th at 10 a.m. To find these on-sale tickets, head to Huskers.com and go to the Women's Basketball tab to find the Ticketmaster link. And finally, some MLB scores from around the country. It's a high-scoring night in the MLB world. Toronto, the Blue Jays, flew down to Cincinnati to face off against the Reds. It's the top of the 4th. It is 10-6 Blue Jays. Then heading over to Pittsburgh, the Pirates are hosting the Los Angeles Dodgers. It is the bottom of the 5th. It's all tied up at 4-4. And keeping on theme of the high-scoring games, the New York Mets head on over to Detroit to face off against the Tigers. Bottom of the 5th there. Mets have the lead 6-2. The Sports Ticker is brought to you by the Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, a disciplined process, their retirement compass. Visit StoneBridgeIWM.com. Coming up next is Hour 2 of Sports Nightly, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
10 on the play clock. Raiola sends a man in motion right to left. That's Ja'Cory Barney. Raiola takes a snap, fade route, back run of the end zone. 50-50 ball! Was it caught? Touchdown, Huskers! Fade route, back right of the end zone. Going up high to make the catch, Isaiah Hunter for the Husker touchdown. Sorsby leans in, takes the snap, backpedals the throw. Blitz picked up. Harris went out deep right sideline. 50-50 ball. It's picked off. The black shirts with the dagger. Malcolm Hartzog with a giant pick sails the night for the Big Red.
Served by Trinity Ward. Good pass, Harper on the side. Andy Jackson. Kaboom! She got it. We're going to the 5th. We're going to 5. Andy Jackson time. 25-23. The verdict set for.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back, hour number 2, and Kyle, I'm not sure how we're going to follow that up with JB and DBK.
That was something. Those two, they have a rapport. It was fun listening. I was listening actually on X.
Yes.
So I guess that's a feature now of the Husker Radio Network.
We are now streaming live on X. If you're listening and want to watch, and X is your choice of medium, you can check it all out there. So. Fun show there with JB and Danny Busman Kelly. Huge win, and man, I just this team something else, and it's just fun with every conversation that I've had with the Dig. I sat down with Jalen Reyes today. It just you have a really a great appreciation for how they've navigated and managed so much talent. I mean, people say, well, how could you have too much talent? I think that sometimes could be an issue, but they have navigated it so well, and I think Sunday's win, the reverse sweep, is a testament to that.
Yeah, I mean, a good problem is still a problem. You know, when you have a lot of depth and you have certain players that want to play, and in certain programs and high-level programs they would play, that can cause some issues. But you saw different players step up on Sunday against Kentucky and win a match in a different way. We saw them pretty dominant opening weekend against top 10 teams. You essentially go on the road to Nashville, although it was a heavy Nebraska crowd. There was a lot of red in Nashville.
Sounds familiar.
I know.
For the weekend.
Exactly. Big Red is everywhere. But you go into a venue and you play your worst volleyball in the first 2 sets. Things could have gone south. You could have been swept, and all of a sudden people are having a much different conversation about this Nebraska volleyball team. Instead, you buckled down in that 3rd set, led by Harper Murray and some of the lineup changes that DBK made, and she's not afraid to make. She said it in her post-match press conference that, look, we're going to go with certain lineups that are going to work, and we're not afraid to change things around. And that's what she did, and she kind of struck gold there with some of the changes that she made, most notably at libero. Credit to this team, first reverse sweep since 2023. It is something that is not easy to do in the sport, especially when you're playing a top 10 team.
Yeah, I was going to say, even in the caliber of team that is. So that's the volleyball show for the week. Coming up tomorrow night, we'll have the football coaches show, which Kyle will have DeKel Shorts in here, wide receivers coach. You have a fun conversation with Dane Key as well. So that will be tomorrow night from 6 to 7. But I'm sure if you were on social media, you might have seen some of the media around here covering Nebraska Athletics were able to come through and tour the new floor that we are now on, that we've been broadcasting from since July 8th, right? That was your first day.
July 7th.
July 7th. So we've been in here, but it's been a work in progress. There's been a lot of things. We were the first thing that was done because we had to get back on the air. But everything else has been a work in progress. They've got Husker Vision up and running, all the different, even just the little tweaks to the paint, the wall, it's painted red, and they've got corn painted on it, and just the signage and Husker Vision getting rolling. So it's been a work in progress. There's a lot of efforts that have gone towards making this the best of the best. And I don't know if there's a facility like this in the country, a lot of things that we say around here. But it was fun to get to show it off today. And I think one of the things that people took note of is here in the radio studio, and I'm sure our viewers on YouTube have seen that we've had some white lines added behind us. I think even during my Dig podcast last week, you saw them. It was being painted on during the podcast. But and then you've seen when our guys do the ticker, the lines behind. But I think we can reveal now what that is.
Yes, sound waves of a Greg Sharp call. I believe now it is the Hail Mary call, correct?
Yes.
From the Northwestern game. So they're the actual sound waves of the audio file of Greg Sharp's Hail Mary call against Northwestern. So that's
David,
really,
can
really
we
cool.
get to the folks that are viewing? Do we have a wide shot of this?
Let's see. There's a lot of new details. We also got the Husker Radio Network logo there.
There we go.
There you see. That's the actual audio waveform of Greg Sharp's call, the Hail Mary to Jordan Westerkamp in the end zone against Northwestern. How cool is that?
Really cool. And so, again, just trying to figure out a way to not completely block out the studio, because that's what's cool about the setup, is that when people are running around and going through here, you can see the goings on. And I think if you have watched us and watched even whether it be pre-recorded or live, there's people walking in and out. I think that's kind of a fun part of it, the live element of it. But to maybe not be so harsh with the glass, a way that we could block it out a little bit, but it has some meaning to it. So
this place has some personality now that it didn't have before. You mentioned that first day that we broadcasted. So July 7th, we sort of went against, not knowingly, against fire marshal orders and sat in our offices when we were not cleared.
Oh, yeah, we got in trouble.
We got kicked out. The only place that was cleared was this broadcast studio because, like you said, we had to get on the air as the network. So we were walking around this part when it was like everything was just ready to go, but we didn't have the fire marshal orders to actually walk around.
You came here on your interview and you had to wear a hard hat around here. And I think even then even me, when I was part of it throughout I think I had a hard time. I'm just one of those where I have a hard time visualizing things until they're done. Like, I'm just not wired that way. But even just from the time you were here to the time you actually got here officially, it was pretty remarkable just everything that they were able to get done.
Yeah, it's come a really long way. And credit to specifically the engineers with the amount of work that goes in behind the scenes for this radio studio, the boards that are right next to us for all the play-by-play broadcasts for this talk show, Husker Vision Studios for the Big Ten Plus broadcasts, as well as the video board shows that you'll see at Memorial Stadium.
TV show and
that's a whole other area back there that has green screen capabilities and photo shoot capabilities and So credit to all those people behind the scenes that you don't see. The reason that you could hear our voices and the reason that you'll have a really cool video presentation on that brand new board on the north side of Memorial Stadium is because of the hard work led by Brandon Meyer's efforts. We had him on Troy Dannon's radio show, and he was talking about this place means so much to him. He was a student here and sort of the beginnings of Husker Vision, and it was the first of its kind, right? And then it's sort of branched out into all these other places that have their version of Husker Vision. And boy, it's almost fitting that Nebraska sets the standard in broadcasting because it set the standard in so many different things.
So if you want a full, view of it, if you want more than what you just see here on our streams, I'm told that we were a part of the drone video that was shot earlier. In fact, they almost took off my head.
That was a real moment. So it was flying around here, and we were told to fake talk, and you could see the wind fly back in Jessica's face because the drone was that close.
You are kind of have a phobia of drones.
Yeah, I don't like the sounds because
it was loud.
They're used for a lot of things nowadays, and drones can be a scary thing. But but we had a professional drone operator that was weaving this thing in and out of these studios, and we'll present a really cool piece of content. But we had all the media come through. Got a chance to talk to Mitch Sherman was in my office, and we were talking about the 2018 Akron game, and it was cool to see those guys up in this area. I think a lot of it spawned from when Coach Rule had mentioned it in his press conference, how cool Level 2 is and how Husker Vision is, and you guys should look at it, and voila, the media was coming through, and we had a cool drone show. So, but a lot of work, a lot of effort went into what is a state-of-the-art facility.
So again, that drone video will be coming out soon, either tonight or tomorrow, so you can get a full kind of, appreciation of a little bit, what it looks like with it flies in one take, obviously. It came off the elevator, went all the way around, came in our studio, nearly took my head off, and went, so you can see the full aspect of it. So that will be out soon. And again, appreciate, like you mentioned, Brandon Meyer and Troy Dannon for signing off on the checks.
That's what he said, too, on his show. It's like, it's better be state-of-the-art stuff because it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
A lot of cool things that we're going to be able to utilize with this space with student-athletes. I know they're having recruiting visits up here on Friday night. Home football games are a huge recruiting asset for every program, not just football. And so a lot of the programs plan their recruiting visits around home football games, and so they're going to have a lot of recruits here on Saturday, and they're going to get to come up here on Friday night and go through the experience here and the things that they do with recruits and the photo shoots and some of those things, the videos. They're going to get to experience it. So that's a big part of selling this place, and they want to sell their brand and do things like that. And so this is where we're trying to stay ahead of the curve, and I think they've knocked it out of the park, and we certainly are appreciative to be a part of it and be up here and be around. And there's some talented folks up here that even just being around and talking through things and collaborating, a lot of great ideas have been spurred from all those conversations.
Yeah, we have the content meetings, usually every Monday. We had it today, but the talented people in comms and digital and marketing, and you just see how everybody's head is spinning this time of year. Once football season starts, we're in full swing with volleyball and soccer and everything else, how many directions everybody in all these different departments get pulled, and just how many hours they're putting in. It could be a relentless schedule in athletics, and those are the hardest working people, those people behind the scenes.
All right, let's go ahead and get to a break. We went a little long bragging on our new studio.
Yes.
Sorry about that. But on the other side of this, we're going to hear from the coordinators, met with the media today, their takes on the Week 1 win over Cincinnati. Coming up in a little bit, too, we'll hear from Teddy Prohaska making his return to the field, so I had a chance to chat with him. So lots of good stuff to get to, but we'll go ahead and get to a break. On the other side of this, we'll hear from the coordinators here. The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest's premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field.
It's the Ford Labor Day Sell-a-thon. Right now, get 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles. Don't miss out. Head to your Midwest Ford dealers during the Labor Day Sell-a-thon. Get 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles, plus get a complimentary 2-year maintenance plan. Hurry in. These value-driven offers end September 2nd. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers, driven by value.
This life we love has never been easy. We've been blessed with million-dollar rains, and we've watched hope dry up. Still, we press on because our purpose is greater. Central Valley Ag prepares the table alongside our farmers, not just to grow food, but to nourish our families and our communities. At this table, everyone's welcome. Join us. We're saving you a seat. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
At Woodhouse, we're with you every step of the way. With more than 20 locations and brands, you'll find options that fit your lifestyle. Whether you're looking for your first car, your next SUV, or something built to tow and haul. Enjoy straightforward pricing, helpful guidance, and a dealer experience built around you. Visit one of our convenient locations today or explore your options online at woodhouse.com. Serving our customers for 50 years, this is Woodhouse.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Defend your network like a champ with Hamilton Business Technologies. From end zones to endpoints, our cybersecurity solutions keep your business and your data protected from online threats. We offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. You keep doing what you do best, and we will protect the rest. Hamilton Business Technologies, the official business IT partner of the Huskers. Visit us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
This life we love has never been easy. We've been blessed with million-dollar rains, and we've watched hope dry up. Still, we press on because our purpose is greater. Central Valley Ag prepares the table alongside our farmers, not just to grow food, but to nourish our families and our communities. At this table, everyone's welcome. Join us. We're saving you a seat. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
It's the Ford Labor Day Sell-a-thon. Right now, get 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles. Don't miss out. Head to your Midwest Ford dealers during the Labor Day Sell-a-thon. Get 0% financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles, plus get a complimentary 2-year maintenance plan. Hurry in. These value-driven offers end September 2nd. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers, driven by value.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at
I'm
Woodhouse.
Sorry. Woodhouse. I didn't hear you read. I didn't want to say the wrong
Well,
thing.
you're over there dancing, and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. There you go. Kyle's trying to memorize the reads. I think John Baylor took our read sheet, and so I have a few of them memorized, and so Kyle is trying to memorize them during the break.
What's amazing is you have memorized all of them except for a few, and you don't even have them in front of you, and you just did that without even having any paper in front of you.
Searles really likes to chime in on the Akrs, like when you welcome back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Akrs.
I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal his bit either. That's the big dog's thing.
No, well, I mean, you were just dancing when I was doing it, so I thought maybe you had it down. So
it was a legit bump in right there. That song. We're keeping it cool. Keeping it cool. By the way,
that you were dancing to the music, not my read.
No, I was definitely dancing to your Woodhouse read for sure. It goes hard, as the kids say. By the way, I wanted to throw out there, too, Cornhusker Kickoff, just to make sure.
Yes.
So you'll be out there doing a Q&A, correct? But that's going to be a really fun event. I know Athletics is telling us that this is going to be really a fun opportunity. I don't believe you don't need to have a ticket for the actual game.
No ticket to the game, just showing up. It's 4 hours, so 2:30 on Saturday. They've got Maddie and Tay out there. They're a country music duo. I follow them on TikTok. I can't even keep my social media straight. Great follow on TikTok. They're a lot of fun. So they're going to be performing out there, but they're going to have food, beverages. They're going to be selling the alcoholic beverages, some of the ones that you can get in the stadium as well. And going to be a fun day. Games, activities for the kids. And so just another thing that you can do to take in a Husker game day. But you do not have to have a ticket to the football game to be able to come on out.
Herbie and
inside,
Lil Red.
it's inside, so if it's hot, what you're telling me is not going to be hot.
No, it's going to be about a high 75.
So, but if there's another hot game day coming up, inside the Hawks Championship Center, so out there on the field, so you'll be able to be indoors and be cool, but a lot of fun things surrounding that.
All Memorial Stadium security policies, including the clear bag policy, will be applied to this as well. So just be ready for that when you show up to that. But Herbie and Lil Red will be there. Spirit Squad will be there. So it's going to be the place to be, the Cornhusker Kickoff this year.
They're going to feature different teams every week that they're going to have out there signing autographs and greeting with the teams. And it's going to be Husker soccer out there this weekend. They're going to have several of the teams out there. So it should be a fun event. I can't wait to go check it out. So I'll be out there as well for a little bit before Kyle makes me go to work doing sideline stuff, but it should be fun out there. All right, so let's hear from the coordinators. Met with the media today. Last week we started with defense, so we'll start with offense and Dana Holgerson here tonight. And so we just start with just his overall assessment of the game.
We won against a quality opponent. That I got a lot of respect for that program. I've competed against those guys a lot, and they're tough to beat. And they were pretty motivated to play. Okay, so that's a good quality win. All wins are hard, and that one was hard. So proud of the players. I do feel like we executed the game plan. With that structure of defense, they can frustrate you. With how many people they drop and add, and I've coached against it a lot, and the biggest thing with it is you got to be patient and put the ball in play. And I felt like we were patient. And we put the ball in play. We snapped it 78 times. We made them tackle us 64 times. So that's getting us into the right runs. I thought Emmett ran the ball very hard and very well. And then Dylan with his completion percentage, putting the thing in play and making them tackle us. They did a good job of tackling us.
I mean, obviously you want more explosive plays, and that's going to be, you hope that's the case here over the next two games, and then that bleeds into Michigan. But you made the plays that were there. You didn't have that costly turnover like we talked about yesterday. Dylan's high completion percentage, you have to be happy with the way that Emmett ran the ball. He was just like a bat out of heck, the way he was running the ball and the way they utilized him in the passing game. Of course, there's things to work on. I think the offensive line would have hoped to have more push, but the way Dana said it, Cincinnati, I think, is going to be a really good team in the Big 12. There's so the Big 12 is a jumble. You don't necessarily know who's going to win that conference at the end of the year. I think Cincinnati's a team that it's going to be a bigger part of the conversation. I think they'll definitely be bowl eligible, and they'll have their best year under Scott Satterfield. There's a lot of talent on specifically the defensive side of the ball for Cincinnati that you have to have respect for. So there's a lot of good things, a lot of things that you have to work on, but you made the plays that were there, and in the end, it was enough.
You mentioned Emmett and the heavy load that he carried. It's funny, we recorded the sideline slice today with the big dog, and that's out now. But he talked about that just as much as he appreciates, feeding the hot hand in those kinds of situations with what is ahead and the gauntlet of the Big Ten. You want to have a couple of other guys ready to go to carry that load. And so that's where we move to next is Coach Holgorsen was asked on the running back rotation versus Cincinnati and going forward.
You know, the way that game was, it was a close game, hard-fought game. He was rolling, man. He played his tail off. So proud of him. Ran hard, was good in pass protection, was good in the passing game, minus the one drop, which I've never seen him drop one pass in practice, let alone, in a game. So, player of the game in my mind, tight game. You got two freshmen on the sidelines. We handed the ball to Isaiah twice early, and it didn't look good. He's still trying to figure things out, and just with his veteran presence and the way it looked out there, he just kept going, and so I don't regret that. I mean, we got to do what we got to do to win the game, but yeah, that can't keep happening, and so, Ives got to get going, Makai's got to get going, Ike will continue to improve in that area. So I don't care who we play this week. That has to change.
I can understand how there was a whole lot of frustration or overreaction to Emmett getting so many touches and not seeing a lot of, because we heard so much about Makai Nelson and Isaiah Mosey. And, Quentin Ives went through injury. We weren't expecting to see a whole lot of him because he didn't practice in fall camp. So there's sort of that thought, that hunger from this fan base is they want to see more of Makai Nelson and Isaiah Mosey. I can tell you that there's a very good chance you're going to see them over the next two games. Everybody knows that. Matt Rule knows, Dana Holgorsen knows that Emmett can't have 98% of the rushes in a game and stay healthy. Everybody knows that. But in that game, first game of the year, that's what it called for. Dana's going to make the necessary adjustments.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's spot on. Just, we just heard him say it. He had the hot hand. He was rolling, and it's important. It was important to get that win. So you go with him, and then now you have two games at home that you hope that you can get some guys some game reps because, I mean, I know Makai Nelson has talked to Damon Benning about that, just needing the live game reps. It's just different from when you see it live in a game than what it is in practice. As much as you replicate it or try to match practice as much as possible, it's still just not the same. And getting those younger backs, those live game reps are going to be huge for their growth.
You know your guys' tendencies. You know your defense's tendencies as individual players. So it's easy for you to sort of maneuver or look pre-snap certain tendencies certain guys have. So you need to play somebody in another uniform.
All right, well, how about the rotation at left tackle moving forward?
Yeah, it's going to be the same conversation as what I just said about the backup running back spot, right? It's about how those guys practice, and who practices well is going to be the ones that deserve more reps. So we'll get in, today's an important practice to get in there and look at it, so overall, I thought it was good. I think they did a good job in the run game. I think they did a good job in pass protection for the most part. I give Cincinnati credit; those guys were big and physical up front. And played with a tremendous amount of effort and a tremendous amount of physicality. So it was a good test for us game one. I was very happy with the test, getting tested like that. I think that's going to be good for our football team moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, that nose tackle, Dante Corleone, that might be one of the best defensive linemen that you play all year. So for especially Justin Evans to get tested, but specifically the left tackle position, Matt Rule said it on Monday, you're not going to consistently have a three-man rotation. Again, I'll say it, over the next two games, you might continue to see that. But I would assume that this is going to be pretty solidified come Michigan. What these next 2 games are about is this is your audition. This is your time to put something on tape, and not just game day, but when your Tuesday, Wednesday, fully padded practices, those are your times to compete. Gunner, Elijah, even Teddy and Tyler, Turner, at those tackle positions, these next 2 weeks are going to be absolutely crucial to see what is cemented in stone for that Big Ten opener.
Well, one of the great stories from that Week 1 win was Luke Lindenmeyer, and hearing the crowd, Luke.
Yeah, they were saying it.
It was awesome. It was so cool. He's got an incredible story, incredible journey, and actually, I'm glad you picked this clip to play tonight because he's going to be this week's Cornhusker conversation as well. So should be a fun chat with Luke coming up this week. But Holgerson was asked about Luke Lindenmeyer and the role that he's played for this team.
He's a good football player, man. I mean, I sat up here in front of you guys last year in November and said that I thought he was a good football player, and his reps increased. And now he knows he's the guy. Now he knows he's number one. He's playing like it, and so he has the ability to get open. He has the ability to catch it. He has the ability to get it upfield and get us first downs, and then he holds his own in the run game as well. So good football player, man. He just keeps getting better.
I remember interviewing, one of the first interviews I did was Luke Lindenmeyer here, and it was like right on the other side of that glass. I remember asking Luke about becoming more of a pass catcher this year, and he sort of looked at me like, I've always been that. It's just not what was asked of me. And you saw the entire arsenal of Luke Lindenmeyer. He had a total of 5 catches in his career leading up to that game. He had 5 catches for the game. He had tied his complete total of grabs in an entire game for his previous in his career. So it just shows the way that Dana Holgerson used him down the stretch as well, the way his snaps went up. He played 50 snaps in the bowl game, which was a career high for him. So it was trending in this direction where he was going to be solidified as that top guy. And I don't think there's any debate. There might have been a debate in the preseason. Is it going to be Luke or Heinrich who starts as that starting tight end? I don't think there's any debate anymore.
You threw out his stat line from the other night, all the while requiring 3 and 4 Cincinnati defenders to drag him down or push him out of bounds.
Close to a touchdown, too.
Yeah.
He probably should have had a touchdown on the one he got dragged down inside the one.
I bet he gets in this week.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Is he the one that you're going to be interviewing at the end of the game, you think?
I don't know. Maybe I should try to mix it up. I went offense last week. Maybe I'll go defense this week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. All right. Flipping over to the other side of the ball, John Butler also meeting with the media today, and he was asked his overall breakdown and what he thought of the performance of the defense against Cincinnati.
Them grading themselves is actually a standard operating procedure here. They grade themselves in the scrimmages, and they grade themselves every game. So you want to make sure that what you're trying to establish is a culture of, I'm going to be harder on myself than my coaches can possibly be on me in terms of technique, fundamentals, execution, how hard am I playing, how physical am I playing. So that's something, when I got here last year, that was just, this program's done that under Matt. So I think it's a critical piece of self-evaluation, and then realizing that, you really get better in practice, but the games from week to week, I think we'll start to show some tremendous growth in how we're playing, because we do have a young defense in certain areas. And I think that now the time on task when they're in school and the meeting time can be a little bit more focused on each guy's individual development. So I think that that's going to be an area that the intent is you're going to get better as the season goes along. Anybody that says you don't is a fool. So we're focused on getting better in all those areas.
Yeah, there's a lot to evaluate in that tape when it's all said and done after that game. But I think, we said it yesterday, the secondary was really, really good. Matt Rule had said so as well. Whether it was, we saw the core guys. Sierra Wright didn't have a single target his way. Marquise played really well. You saw the impact of Deshaun Singleton on the first drive. Andrew Marshall was great in his first go at it. Donovan Jones was stellar. They talk about him as essentially a starter, but he's more of that extra corner. He comes in and sort of plays that slot in those dime packages. And even Rex Guthrie came in and saw a lot of run and played well. I think defensively up front, I want to see those guys be menacing this week for sure. I think that's the biggest area I'm going to look at.
All right, so let's move right on, because that's the perfect transition into what we're going to play for you next. Coach Butler was asked about the play of the interior defensive line.
You guys heard me say it last week when I said the defensive line, like, it's not a thinking man's position. It's a get off the ball, create a new line of scrimmage, get off blocks, make tackles, be disruptive. I think sometimes at times we were a little bit too fit oriented, meaning like, am I in the right place? Or maybe the processing wasn't going as fast, but your D-line has got to be a bunch of guys that just freaking go and think about things later. And I don't mean play reckless. I'm just talking about getting off the ball, creating a new line of scrimmage, and I think that's something we're going to be preaching with all of our front guys from now until the final game of the season.
I think you heard John Butler today almost, he was asked about Riley Van Poppel specifically, almost challenged him to be a little bit more ferocious. Williams Nwaneri is one of the highest rated guys on the defensive line. I think there were some positives, but there's a lot of guys that I think have to step up.
All right. Let's quickly hear from Coach Butler and he was asked about Malcolm Hartzog's play. They've been really preaching next play mentality. And so he was asked about that and how much of an example that was of that next play mentality.
You got the penalty. He also, he got beat on a cover 5 early. I mean, in that drive, and you just got to keep playing, and winning is hard no matter what. Everybody thinks winning is just about magic. There's a certain team that always should beat this team, and that's just not how college football works, especially when you've had the whole offseason to prepare for a ball game. So you have to play each play as it is for that play, and knowing that I'm just going to put myself in position. And then he did a great job of disguising him, did a great job of kind of, I don't want to say use the word baiting, but forcing the quarterback to throw the ball where he didn't want to. And then when he did that, now you still got to go and make the play. How many times have you seen it where guys have put themselves in the position over the weekend to make the play and the ball's dropped and then the outcome totally changes? So, I think, yes, that's a great testament that at the end of the day, once that play's over, you move on to the next one. And we can learn from that too. I definitely can learn from that. Sometimes I hang on a call that I didn't like, that I made, or, a result of a play sometimes irritates me. It's just in my nature. But we all got to keep working on that next play and remaining neutral and putting ourselves in position to win the next play.
I'm sure you're a Ted Lasso fan, Jess. Be a goldfish.
I actually have never seen Ted Lasso.
Neither have I. So I've only seen the quotes, so I'm not going to make you feel bad about that.
Greg was a big Ted Lasso guy.
I think a lot of people are. It's just a lot of good moments, especially the earlier seasons. I think a lot of people are fans of, but that's exactly what Malcolm Hartzog, you mentioned the penalty, got beat earlier in the drive, and then makes that pick and looks incredibly like Bruno Mars as well. I didn't realize that until the other night. Did you notice that, Malcolm Hartzog?
No, he does
He's
not.
A doppelganger of Bruno Mars.
No,
Look at the pictures. I cannot be alone in this.
I don't think so. Because I'm a big Bruno Mars fan. So
look at the
pictures. And I've interviewed Malcolm a million times because he's played so much.
I'm going to pull him up on social media.
He's probably one of those players that people think, gosh, how long has he been playing here? Because he's just been such a big. He's played since a true freshman. He started at corner as a true freshman. So he's up there on the list of guys that I've interviewed the most. No doubt about it. Him and Emmett Johnson. I should have started keeping track, but anyways, I do not agree. But we'll discuss during the break. We got to get to a break. Coming up next, we're going to hear from the right tackle, Teddy Prohaska. Had a chance to chat with him today. Sports Nightly is brought to you by Choices Treatment Center. If you or someone you know is struggling with problem gambling, free treatment is available in Nebraska. Call Choices 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300 for more information. Offices in Lincoln and Columbus.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
You're not at your house. You're at a lavish seaside estate. You're not walking the dog. You're hunting for clues in an Agatha Christie mystery. See it differently with BritBox. Stream an endlessly entertaining collection of British TV, including new original series, Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
Bit awkward, really. I think I might just have solved a murder.
And Outrageous, a scandalous true story.
Seems there's a political extremist in every family these days.
See it differently when you stream the best of British TV with BritBox.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. It's just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Exarban Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Jan from Toyota here with live coverage of end of summer fun at Toyota's national sales event with my special guest, Eli Manning.
Thanks, Jan. Let's get into it.
Down by the lake for some fishing, we've got Eric in his Tundra. He throws his line and he's going long.
Heck of a team effort there. That Tundra got him exactly where he needed to be.
There's excitement in the stadium parking lot with the Davis family tailgating in their new Sequoia.
All eyes are on Dad manning the grill. He grabs some buns from the cargo area of the Sequoia and flips. And look at that. What a way to close this one out.
Sure was, Eli. Until next time, go Toyota.
See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 2nd. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, Baxter Toyota of Lincoln, or Corwin Toyota of Bellevue.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole. Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive. From enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
At Hogemeyer, we're raising the bar on yield performance, bringing world-class traits and genetics to these local fields with the exceptional corn rootworm control and proven powerful yields of new Vorceed-less corn. The unsurpassed flexibility and protection against above-ground pests with PowerCore-less corn, and other next-gen corn hybrids built to perform and boost your yields. It's time to raise a better crop. View Hogemeyer products at therightseed.com.
You show up for every Husker game because it's about more than football. It's about celebrating that Nebraska grit that's in our DNA. That same drive pushes you to get stronger, move more, and take care of yourself. To show up for the people and moments that matter most. We believe you have what it takes. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska covers preventive care with every plan. And our digital tools help you stay on track every step of the way. Blue believes in what you're made of. And Blue believes in you.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Had a chance today after practice to chat with Teddy Prohaska, making his return back to the field after the injury last season. So always enjoyed talking with Teddy. Here is that conversation. All right, Teddy, how did it feel to be back out there on Thursday night?
It's great. Been waiting for it for a while, obviously, and I just love being out there competing with the guys to my left and right, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
How did you feel, just overall health-wise, body-wise, just being out there for the first time in a while? How did you feel like you held up? Good. I feel like I kind of settled in towards the second half. Like the first half, everything was kind of flying around still, but like I was settling in. My knees were holding up good. I think once I finally trusted that, everything was kind of going right. Did you have any nerves going into it, or was it just like a normal football game that you've played so much of?
I feel like obviously there's a little nerves, but that's good. Like, Coach Rule talks about if you're nervous, that means you're doing something, exciting or doing something big. So I feel like those were the nerves really going into it. But once that first snap goes, it's just another game.
Since you last played, you're playing next to a different guy in Rocco. How did you like playing next to him, and how excited are you about the two of you moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, Rocco's a great guy. Got to build a good relationship over fall camp, playing next to him, kind of like his tendencies and stuff. And I feel like we're both comfortable with each other and should be good getting better together.
How about Justin handling the center role? How did he do there in game one?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. They threw some stuff at us. It's kind of a little hairy or foggy, but I think we got to the sideline, talked it over with Coach Donnie, and picked it up well for the rest of the game.
Coach Rule and Coach Troyala have talked about you want to settle in there at left tackle, but in the meantime, what do you guys do on the rest of the line to make sure that you're where you need to be for whoever gets called?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's every day coming and focusing on something to improve on. In run game and in the pass game, just find that one thing. And, Rule talks all the time about the best way to help the team is improve yourself. So I feel like if everybody on the O-line just takes that mindset, finds something to improve on, we're just going to all get better together.
How about Emmett Johnson? 100-yard day for him. He was a workhorse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you see it in practice. Like, he goes 100% every rep in practice. All the running backs do. When they get in the game, they get their time to shine. And, I was just really proud of him.
How have you seen him just mature and grow into being able to understand the flow of the game and where to read what you guys are opening up for him?
Yeah, I feel like it's, it starts in the meeting room. Like, we get together, quarterbacks, running backs, linemen, go over blitz pickup and whatever we have that day, and we just kind of go through third down packages together and just watch it, making sure we're all seeing it through one set of the eye, like the same eyes. And I feel like he's really taken to that, and they've all kind of bought into that study it in the film room, take it to practice mindset.
So I got to ask you, last year when you were hurt, you were basically like an assistant coach over there on the sideline. You were coaching up Gunner. How proud are you of the way that he's continued to progress and the role that he's been able to develop into?
Yeah, he kind of got thrown in there last year, and I think he's really handled it well. Just the same mindset every single day of just kind of just finding that one thing to improve on. And I've seen it over the summer, spring, winter, and, just that whole room, all the young guys have taken a big jump, with extra work in the off season, getting in, doing drills, watching more film, and everybody's just kind of all grown together.
When you dive into the film from game one, what were some of the things that you guys liked, didn't like, need to prove on, or you want to carry on?
Yeah, I think just overall, it was just kind of, first game stuff, like little technique here, little misassignment here. Like, we got to all just work on the cohesion, and I think we have it. It's just got to keep repping it over and over and over. And we've always said, like, the O-line, we get better as the season goes on. As the season goes on, we keep getting more and more, meshed together, gelling together in games. And I think, for the first game, we handled a lot of pressures well, but, just got to keep working on it, studying them, and picking them up.
What about the offense overall? What needs to continue to improve for you guys?
I think, just take a big jump in our first and second down, first downs. That's a big thing. I feel like we were pretty efficient on third downs, but just got to keep pushing the ball, getting more yards on first and second.
How excited are you for Saturday night here inside Memorial Stadium?
Hey, it's been a long time. I'm excited. I know Memorial's going to be bumping night game, and it should be fun.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, we're back to wrap up the show next.
This life we love has never been easy. We've been blessed with million-dollar rains, and we've watched hope dry up. Still, we press on because our purpose is greater. Central Valley Ag prepares the table alongside our farmers, not just to grow food, but to nourish our families and our communities. At this table, everyone's welcome. Join us. We're saving you a seat. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid mineral with protein or Sweet Pro block supplements for space feeding, while also stretching your forages up to 25% better, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blauhorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
When you buy a Subaru, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family, an investment that will hold its value, and something that will last a long, long time. In fewer words, you're buying trust. And for a limited time, you can celebrate with special offers during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through September 2nd. Get special low rates on select new Subaru vehicles now through September 2nd. Visit Duto Subaru in Lincoln and online at dutosubaru.com.
Returns on the farm are under pressure, with market challenges and environmental hurdles putting every seed to the test. But you have an ace in the hole, Streamline Ag. Designed for every phase of growth and development, Streamline Ag gives your seed what it needs to thrive, from enhanced stand establishment and early emergence to essential nutrition and stress management. Streamline Ag gives your seed the power to reach its full potential. Visit us at streamline-ag.com to learn more.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraskachiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back. Final couple minutes left here of Sports Nightly on this Tuesday evening. So, Kyle, after with the Thursday night game and Saturday morning, I don't always get a chance to go to the farmers market down in the Haymarket, and decided to take Sunny down there bright and early in the morning, and was kind of checking everything out, and went to this granola stand, and it was gourmet granola. They're out of Omaha. Shout out Glenn, who I chatted with. He recognized Sunny, actually, and said, "Hi, Sunny."
Yeah, not you, Sunny.
So he met Sunny, but we were chatting. He said you did a great job. He really enjoyed. He listened to the whole game and thought you did a great job, and was really excited to have you. So the granola is great, but it was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool.
I mean, I would have bought basically the whole 10 over after he recognized Sunny, you know?
Yeah, that's right by where I live, too. So I've been there a couple times. A really cool thing every Saturday, even during the football season, right?
Yeah, it goes till, I think, like October, maybe first or second weekend of October. So
perfect way to start your Saturday, and with some granola, too.
Yes.
I'm a big granola guy.
He said
so check it out.
put the granola, chocolate milk in the granola, which I have not tried yet, but it sounded pretty good.
Just let it like soak.
I like cereal. I eat it with yogurt, so but
same.
he eats like cereal, but it was awesome. Got Sunny a new collar while I was out there, you know? I mean, all the things.
That's a big place to walk your dog. That's like the perfect Saturday morning.
She was pretty popular out there. She is pretty cute. You still haven't met Sunny.
No. Well, she is socially selective, so it sounds like Sunny had a lot of fun. She wasn't as selective on Saturday.
No, she was not. She had to say hi to everybody down there. So I appreciate if you're listening and you said hi to Sunny. I appreciate you. All right, that's going to do it for us. Tomorrow night, again, mentioned Kyle's going to have to kill shorts in here for the football show in the first hour. We're going to hear from the big dog, Jeremiah Searles. So a fun show coming up for you tomorrow night. He also chatted with Dane Key as well. So it should be a fun first hour for you. But have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow night here on Sports Nightly.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
See shelter agents Jeff Bond or Reed Duvall in Lincoln, or Agent Victoria Watkins in Nebraska City.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
No matter what you're looking for, you'll find it at Woodhouse. We carry a wide selection of trusted brands across more than 20 locations, offering everything from efficient daily drivers to bold new EVs and family-ready SUVs. At Woodhouse, we put your experience first, offering expert guidance and a trusted team that's guaranteed to help you find the right vehicle. Visit a location near you or start shopping online at woodhouse.com. More ways to drive, more reasons